What's the deal, my people? You know it is Don Tony Teflon. I am back with you. I will save the big introduction when Alomars gets here. You know what I mean? When she is there and stuff and everything else like that. But we're waiting on Alomars. You know, obviously, you know it's a weekend, so it does take a second. You know what I mean for things to come off. But you know, we here early in the day because obviously, you know, it's a lot of stuff going on to playoffs and everything else. And Elle is here right now. As soon as I go live, are you ready to come in, Elle? All right. Yes, look at that. Boom. Hello. How are
Hey, how
you?
are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Awesome to be here.
Boy, I gotta change all these tags and stuff. Hold up. Oop, there you go. That's one. Change that.
Awesome.
All right, now we're back. Let me give the regular intro. All right, here. Oh, you see, now that you're here with this the dual screen, I think I have to move over to this side. Move the camera a little bit back.
Readjusting stuff, right?
All right, there we go. Here we go. What's the deal, people? You know it is Don Tony Teflon and Lady Alomars. You are now listening to and watching the sexiest podcast in the world, the Lady and the Don podcast live. Alomars, how are you?
I'm awesome. It's an awesome day today, Sunday. Awesome to be here. How are you, Tony? It's been a
I'm,
while.
it has been a while. It has been a while. I apologize to everybody who has been waiting or looking for us to do what we do and stuff like that. But that has to do most likely with me more than else. So I apologize.
Sorry, I think I'm having again issues with the connection. This new year. Oh my gosh, I thought that the connection would be better. Please, no.
You're still here right now.
I'm
So
here. Okay, good.
it's
Yeah,
all
life
good.
has been busy, so it's not Tony. It's life is busy, so life happens, right? We make plans and then stuff happens. So oh, good.
Yes, no, but we're gonna keep to these. We're not gonna make plans. I mean, we're gonna make plans and we're gonna keep to
Yeah,
them.
exactly, exactly.
And everything else and all that. And I couldn't be on last week because I messed up my beard. I had to shave it all off. So now I'm at the beginning stage. Now it's something there, so now I can be on camera with something. I couldn't be there all baby face stuff and everything
I
else.
just realized it looks a little bit different. Looks good. I was going
Oh,
to ask you, what
yeah,
did you do to it?
I
Nice.
shaved it all off by accident and messed up.
My
So now,
accident.
yeah,
Well,
so
this is a good accident, though.
oh, well,
Awesome.
thank you very much. I truly appreciate it. I'm gonna grow it all back. We get the thickness back. Are we back by the time? Con is still a go, right, El? For you, con is a go.
Oh yeah, it definitely is a go. Yeah,
That is
excited.
the con is a
It's
go.
coming up. Yeah,
It's
just
coming up sooner than later.
yeah.
We'll be there soon. Let's say what up to the people in chat. Sir LT Giles is up in the building with us. What up, Sir LT Giles up in the building? As always, holding down the gets after the dime, the AK-47. Yeah, we see Peter Griffin is up in here too. As always, my man, 50 grand, Peter Cleary is up in the building right now, chilling with us right now, rocking with us. Kevin Cleary. That's it, Peter Cleary. I said Peter Cleary. Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
I
Kevin
wasn't sure,
Cleary.
Kevin. Yeah.
Kevin Cleary, guys. I mean, get that right. It's
One
early
and
in
only, one and only. Yeah,
It's
awesome. And they
early.
have a very lovely day coming up. So Kevin and his lovely lady. So
They sure do. They
yeah.
sure do. Lauren's Corner is from here, from the other side of the pond, across the pond, is rocking with us right now, and everyone now. Fandom D Saint is up in the building, rocking with us right now. We got SG 6000 is up in the building. Santavia Major is in the building, rocking with us right now. All right, so before we get into the topics of all the stuff
Mhm.
that we're going to talk about today and try to go through some, we're going to try to keep it serious today. You know what I mean? We're going to try
Let's
to
do
keep
our
it
best.
serious. We're going to try. But before, Michelle Hayes is up in the building rocking with us. What up, Michelle? And Richard Howe is up in the building rocking with us too. What up to both of y'all chilling with us? We truly appreciate it. But before we do that, I just wanted to say that so it's a new year. We got a lot of things going on, especially Teflon TV. I don't know if you have any plans that you haven't told anyone about on your channel that you're doing, or is everything just the same as always?
Same old, same old. Just taking it easy. But New Year. Who knows what is gonna happen?
Oh, the beautiful Jessica Cleary is in the building.
Jessica. Hey.
Jessica Cleary is in the building. Beautiful Jessica Cleary. Thank you for rocking with us too. Truly, truly, truly appreciate it. I'm all the people that are here right now. You know what I mean? You people right here that are here watching me now. Y'all people who supported me from the jump and down with me. So I want to know from y'all, the real people right here. I ain't really worried about the outside people or what the other people want, but from y'all right now in the chat, before we get into this, tell me what you would like to see me do on Teflon TV. If there's any show that you want me to cover, or you want me to do more Game of Thrones stuff, you want me to do more book stuff, you want me to do Marvel stuff, but whatever it is, let me know in the chat right now. Whatever you want me to do, and I'll do that this year. You know what I mean? Because we got a bunch of things. We got a little while before the House of the Dragon comes out. We got a little while for that. So there's other things that you want me to do. You know what I mean? Just let me know in the chat exactly what you want me to do. Then I'll get that done for y'all. You know what I mean? That's way it's easier for me to know what the people want and do what the people want than just me just going willy-nilly and just doing a lot of things right now. And that's it. Let's see. Yeah, AK says you can give your thoughts on Jason Momoa's new show. It's called C. All right, yeah, you know, I will give. What Chad? Who rocks on that? What is that being shown on Jason Momoa's new show? I don't know. Fans says do more movie stuff. All right, we can do more movie stuff. I could do some more movie reviews and stuff like that if that's what you would like to see. We got Pink Glass says I love C. All right, so we'll do some in this Jason Momoa C. We'll do that without that. We'll get that done. It's on Apple TV. Do not have Apple TV, but I'll figure out a way if I could get it done. I'm a Roku guy, so I don't really do Apple TV. Is it just a straight Apple show? I can figure out. I can see if I can find it. Maybe it's on Amazon. I can just pay for it and just pay for the show, and that's it. We shall see it. We shall see what's up. It
looks like it's about 8 episodes in already.
Oh, is it that long already?
It started November 1st. It looks like 2019, and right now the latest one was December 6th, episode 8.
All right, that's what it is. You know what I mean? We got it right here. We got LT Giles saying, just keep being you, brother. You always keep giving us good content. I appreciate that. You know what I mean? I'm just saying that I appreciate that, LT. I'm just saying if there's anything specific that you want me to do, like I said, you want me to do more Game of Thrones stuff, more book stuff, more. I don't know. I just need to know a direction that y'all, because I don't want to just do stuff. But if you're saying more movies, that's easy. I could do more movies. I could do more movie stuff easy. I can give reviews for movies and everything else. I could do all that. I can do every movie that comes out. I can review every movie. I'll go see everything. It's no problem. You know what I mean? So that is what
Tony, what do you enjoy?
You know, I don't know.
Oh, that's one of the reasons you're asking. Good one. I like it.
The stuff I enjoy. I don't know if people like. I like. You know, I like that show Bad Blood. Like I love that. I like that other show, the Harlem show, the King of Harlem. I like those shows, but I don't know if they would do good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All right, that's what it is. AK, hit me up with that. AK, I appreciate it if you do. You know what I mean? But we'll see what we can do with that with C. You know what I mean? And if you have any other questions, anything else you want me to do, you know, I'll cover all the shows on Disney Plus that come out as they come out, except for The Mandalorian because I don't like it. But yeah, I don't want to just do bad negative reviews on things. You know what I mean? Because I don't like the Mandalorian whatsoever. I think it's terrible. But hey, everyone has the right to like what they like. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to tell you nothing about it. So if you like it, then you like it, and if you don't, you don't. That is what it is. So that is what we'll do. We'll do exactly what y'all said. We'll do. If you got any other things, let me know in the chat, and we'll talk. We'll definitely get on those too. You know what I mean? Whatever you want to say there, and that's what it would be. So the con, as for me personally, the con is to go. I'll be at the con this year. The Don Tony Teflon, I'll be repping at the con. I don't know how many panels I'll be on this year. I haven't really decided anything like that. I just know that I'll be there. So that's the most important thing, is that I'll be there. So I'll definitely be there. So if y'all looking forward to meeting Alomars, she said she'll be there.
Yep.
Also, she's doing you're doing the other con too, right?
Yeah, most likely all of them are a go for me. It's my relaxing time, so definitely this is my vacation time. And I don't know if I'm going to do any panels either. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to do any of the panels in April, because that's very, very much straight book, and that's way too serious for me. But I enjoy listening to it, so definitely will be listening to that. I just won't participate in any of the panels. But the one for in July, who knows? You know, I'm saying I don't know, but you know, we'll see what life brings.
Well, Lane and Don's going to do it. We're going to do it together. I guess we're a team.
There you
So I get a panel, we'll get a panel together and we'll do a
We're
live
gonna panel.
podcast.
There you go. See, well, I've
We'll
already
figure,
brought it.
we'll figure out one. So it says
Yeah.
here, review the new Prince outtakes. Don't let them fool you. I don't know what that is, but I'll look it up and see if I can figure that out and see what that is and everything else. So that is what up, AK saying I'm definitely gonna see at the Ice and Fire Con. Gonna have pics of the Con of Thrones though. I guess she's not gonna make it. We got Bridge Fours up in the building, rocking with us right now. He came through. Ain't seen him in a little while. So what up, Kev? What up, Kev? And everything else. All right, let me see if we can. Let's see if we can get some seriousness. And understand all that. It's good stuff. Yeah, we're going to do this. All right. So now we are going to go through some of the top stories of 2019, some of the big ones that we all participated, that we all talked about. And the first story up that we see right now is that on April 15th, Lori Loughlin and her husband, I cannot pronounce his name, that damn designer, you know who I'm talking about, they pleaded not guilty to 2 conspiracy charges in the college admissions cheating scandal. The prosecutors alleged that the Full House actress and the designer, who were also with conspiring people, laundered people, and gave prizes up to $500,000 to get their 2 daughters into Southern California University. Alomars, do you remember this story?
Oh, I do. I was shocked. Well, shocked, not shocked. I mean, stuff like that happens to anybody, everybody, no matter if they're a celebrity. It happens to people who are not celebrities, but we just hear about the ones who we know. And it was difficult seeing her. I remember her from the shows before, and I thought of her as this sweet person, and yeah, she's got some drama with her, and that was not fun. I mean, fair should be fair, kind of. Life is never fair, but why add to the unfairness of it?
Yeah, I think that the thing that made it so bad, this story, was the fact that her daughter, her daughter was a YouTube celebrity in her own right, you know what I mean? And she had her own, she had a big channel, and she was making doing makeup and everything else. And her daughter was just so much like, oh, I don't care if I'm not here to go to college. I'm just here to party. I don't care about studying. I don't care about this. I just care about going to all the parties and everything else. So I think that's what truly hurt her, is those statements that her daughter made. Because people is like, yo, people trying to pay here to get ahead, try to be somebody in life. And this chick is just here just for the parties. And not only she's just here for the parties, she didn't even earn her way into it. I guess they said that they had something with, they had her posing on some like rowboat or something like that, and then did some, some cosmetic things on the pictures and everything else, and made it look like she was on some row team and such. She was a good championship rower. And Alomar, you have kids that be going to college eventually.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sure it would be a little tempting if you had that political clout and that little bit of money to try to do what's best for your children and stuff like that. I'm sure you wouldn't eventually do it, but I do see why someone would want to give someone's child an advantage if they could. You know what I mean?
I think the thing with how we raise our children is the lessons we give them, and sometimes my thing is like always want to be there for my kids. However, lessons learned are lessons learned. So if they don't get there by their own thing, like if I help them too much, it's just gonna be a lesson for them that I'm always gonna be there, and I won't be there all the time. So it's a bad lesson to give them if I would do stuff for them all the time. They have to be ready for their own life. That's one of the hardest. It's so easy to be there. I mean, I think it's so easy to be there helping all the time, to doing things for them all the time. The thing that is not easy is just letting them go. That's hard because you see them fail, you see them struggle, and your heart breaks. But they got to do what they got to do to be adults. And I don't believe in what she did. I mean, I would not. That's not good parenting. That's easy parenting, I think.
Yeah, I think it goes back to the old mantra. You got to throw them in the water and see if they sink or swim, right?
Yeah.
Eventually, you got to leave them. They got to leave the roost. They got to leave home, and they got to see if they're if they're if they can make it on their own. And you're supposed to be there as a parent, as if they do fall or something like that, to try to put them back up, to try to reinforce them positively to go about it. But when you do something like this, you're actually stealing a spot from somebody who really earned it. You know, someone who truly needs this spot to get ahead in life. You're taking that spot from that person. So that's really what makes this sickening to me and why I do not like it. Now, her co-conspirator, Felicity Huffman, she took a different approach in this, and she pleaded guilty to it. And when she went to jail, she had to pay a $30,000 fine, and she only had to do 14 days in jail. Now, 14 days. Do you think that was a justifiable punishment for this woman? Only 14 days in jail.
You know, I'm not sure what the actual thing is, what the extent, like what's the minimum and maximum that they give. So I don't know what the legal thing is at all for it. The impact that it has on somebody's, because we got to think about the impact it has. She took away a spot for somebody, or potentially wanted to take away a spot for somebody. And that spot being taken away from that, you know, young adult, some other young adult, would change their life forever. Like, you know, the chances for better life is, I guess, higher with education, some level of education. So 14 days for that woman is one thing, but then a lifetime for potentially somebody else not having that spot, it's, you know, they have to suffer or struggle their lifetime because of it. So I don't think it's a fair thing when you think about it in those terms. The 14 days is not fair because it's just 14 days. It's not even a month. For somebody else, it's years that they're going to have to, you know, reapply, get another spot. So it's more life disturbed just because of that one thing. So technically, no. But again, I don't know what the law says.
Yeah, 14 days is disgusting. You know, it just, you know, the whole thing, the whole trial and everything else was truly about privilege, right? These privileged people that happen to be, I'm sure they could have been people of color that did this. I don't know, but it just seemed to me showing like a privileged white people. But it had to show that this still gives them the privilege. You know, it's not solving the problem. I mean, was it truly bad? Did she get a little reputation from it? Yes, she did. Did it hurt her, soil her little reputation? Yes, it did. But it still gives her the privilege of only having 14 days when you know that if it was a regular person that didn't have those connections or whatever and was in this situation, now you really say, oh, if they didn't have those connections, they would never be in this situation. But I'm saying if someone was in this situation and did not have the celebrity that this person had, there's no way they would only got 14 days. They would have threw the book at them. And that's why I think it was wrong for her just to get 14 days. What up to Claire Gray up in here rocking with us? You know, we love Claire Gray, and love that she's here rocking with us while she is.
And lovely videos too, very relaxing. I watched one this morning. Love her video. They're so calming. The nails and the stash.
I want to watch Claire's video just to help her out, but you know, it's the nails.
No,
I feel a little funny. You know what I'm saying? I feel a little funny. So you watch a nail painting video, told us something you want to come. You want to,
but you know. Tony, you got a request from Bridge 4 doing more makeup videos. So hey.
I'm sure Bridge would appreciate that. You know, me doing makeup videos. I don't do makeup videos. But that is something that I do not do. Next story we're talking about is the legendary Alex Trebek. We know that Alex Trebek, the host of Jeopardy, was diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer. Do you remember this story when it was? Do you know that? Are you fans of Alex Trebek? Are you a Jeopardy person?
I am not. I'm not a fan of that show just because then the music I get so into it and then I lose like a couple hours. So I am kind of a fan, but it's some stuff I have to get away because it just takes up my entire free day. Yeah. But yeah, it's very, very sad listening about stories like that, especially there are some cancers that are more I would say that attack quicker and just they're different things. Cancer is not the same, so different experiences.
Yeah, this is not a good diagnosis for him. You know, obviously the man is wealthy, and I'm sure he's going to get the best possible treatment he can. But you know, as for game show hosts in the United States, I mean, I think of when I think of talk show, like the big ones, I think of Bob Barker from The Price is Right. And I think you have to put Alex Trebek right there. I mean, Pat Sajak from Wheel of Fortune, but I really think you have to put you have to put Alex Trebek as one of the top 2 of all time game show hosts of all game shows in the United States.
Yeah.
Really sad. He seemed like a really cool guy. You know, obviously you don't know him personally, but he
Yeah.
always held himself with such respect while he was doing these things, doing this show and everything else, that it's sad. But cancer does not care about your money, doesn't care about your wealth, doesn't care about your fame. It hits anyone, and then when it does hit, it's just like this. It's going to be a very, very tough spot to fill. That if he does not win this battle, I hope he does, but I am grim on the outlook unless they come up with something.
Yeah.
Kevin Cleary says, I haven't watched Jeopardy since my dad passed. Plus, when you watch it with Jessica Lange, she always starts cussing at me. And he responds saying, ha ha, because you know everything. You act like you know everything there, Kevin. That's the problem. And that's it. Yeah, well, that's a sad. So let's go to the next one. What is this one right here? Oh, that's still
continuing.
All right, we got some better news. We had a royal baby this year, and we got Claire in the chat from Great Britain. So this is maybe near and dear to our heart. We got Britain's royal family got a little bigger this year. On May 6th, Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan welcome a little prince into the world. Though they decided that their son will not use a royal title and will instead simply be known as Archie. Oh my God, Archie Harrison Mountbatten Windsor. Is that Mountbatten? All right, that's a lot of names going in there.
A lot of names for a little baby.
Yeah, Archie is 7th in the line for the throne. This little baby is absolutely to die for. The Duke of Sussex. 7 hours after his son's arrival. I guess that's Prince Harry is the Duke. Sorry. Now, is he a prince? Is that what the title of does he get the title of prince? I don't know. I mean, I'm asking for you across the pond.
I wonder.
Because I know that his older brother, his kids, George is like Prince George. Would he have, if they had allowed him to get a title, would he get the title prince? Anybody across the pond who would like to, tell me if that's true. Is he considered a prince over there? I would like to know. I mean, and why is this Duke? What is a Duke like? Is that like the Prince of Dragonstone, the Duke title? Is that how you get that?
Not sure. I wonder if it's the same in each country over there.
Look at that. You see, Claire has got something going on here. Harrison equals Harry's son. It sure does.
And Santivia says, stillborn a prince.
Santavia, how do you know about this, Santavia? How do you know about all this royal family stuff? Maybe she's holding out. Maybe she's a historian and stuff like that. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know, but I do remember the time when they announced the baby. You know what I mean? I honestly, they are the royals and everything, and it's good to me to. I enjoy the royal history, family tree history, because it's so well documented that you can actually go all the way back and see who they're connected to. And that's why I like the royals, just for the family tree history. And I think this is more of a modern family right now, with them. You have a black woman with Harry and everything else. Oh, William Santavia, she says, are you kidding? I was around when Diana married him. Oh, she's a historian.
I always found it kind of, I don't want to say strange, but lately with it being right now 2020, if they're in a royal family, do they still have to marry, or they just kind of don't even look outside, like the pressure? I mean, it's hard enough to find somebody when you have the entire world kind of at your thing, but you have to kind of look within just the royalty, or kind of those families up there.
Yeah, I think you're allowed to look outside now. I think back then you had to, but now, because I know that that was Prince William or whatever, his woman was not a royal in any way. I know that she had to make up her own. She had to get a sigil made, basically,
Oh.
Because she did marry into the royal family, they had to get one made up for them before she was allowed to marry into the family. Her dad
Hmm.
had made one up because of that. So
Wow.
that is what
Interesting.
it is.
Hmm.
Oh, let's do. We have something crazy. Actually, I've heard the racist people of Success are rallying against them having a
Yeah.
title. Small. You see, this is still going on in this world. Why? Why? Because this
Hmm.
woman. Why can't just people just love each other, Alomar?
Exactly.
Why can't it be anything else like that? Well, Joan says she wasn't kidding. Can you please put that in there again? What you were saying, Joan? And I will highlight them. So I missed it. So I'm sorry. If you would please type that again, Joan Whitman. Well, I didn't say Whitman. Did I say how do you pronounce her last name?
Winningham.
Winningham.
Winningham. Winningham.
Winningham.
I'm just winging it. I'm not sure.
Oh, you're saying
I'm
it
the
better than I would
worst.
say. You're saying it better than I would say. You know what I mean? You're saying it better. Yeah, Joan Winningham. If you would put that in there again, and I'll highlight that comment while we're talking about the royals and stuff. So, how do you view the royal family, Elamar? Are you
Mhm.
a big royal follower? They
Um,
celebrities to you, or they just
Definitely not. I stopped following all that after Diana died. Yes, I remember all that. I remember that happening. I just was crushed because of the prejudice and against her way of life. And I just was really, uh, my heart was broken. I was crying for her for that thing that happened. And it kind of opened my eyes to see that it's not all pretty, crowns and all the parties and all that. That's not so nice. So I stopped it because I just felt that just too much craziness over there and everything is fake. And that's why I always thought that it's so difficult. How do they find, their spouse and having to marry somebody that you don't want, or just being, it was a tragedy in general. And I thought that it's a difficult life to lead, even though they're, wealthy and they have the titles and they have all, not a, in a way you could say, not a care in the world, but they're human, they have their own struggles. So I don't follow it. I thought that the babies are so cute, so cute. And I think they seem very real as parents. They seem, from what I see from time to time, they appear to be laid back, kind of.
Mhm.
But yeah, I just feel it's a very stressful life, and I don't envy any of that.
Yeah, no, just like I said, I liked it for the history and the fact that
Hmm.
there used to be kings and queens in every place, and they still seem to be, just to hold on to that tradition.
Yeah.
I like it for that reason. You know what I mean? But I like the fact that they really hold no power whatsoever. You know what I mean? At all. You know what I mean? So I like that too. That though they have all this stuff and they really don't truly have any power to do anything to anybody, just that their royal bloodline remains their bloodline. And I like, to keep I'm into like all the timeline and all that stuff like that. Claire says, I work with homeless and I have faith in William as king, skipping over Prince Philip. Hopefully William cares and has Diana's compassion. Well, I think he should be a pretty good king. I think he will be a pretty good king. And I like the fact that they have the law that that if you have a child, the firstborn daughter down there, now that the daughter would be able to be queen over the
Mhm.
secondborn son, that they put that into effect. So I like that. And I think that the queen is saying that the name is going to stay Windsor no matter who, if whoever the daughter marries, that's what everyone's just going to be a Windsor, and then it's going to keep it going like that. So I do like that too. All right, that was that story right there. One another big story that happened. Right here, another sad story. Luke Perry passed away on March 4th after suffering a massive stroke and a few days earlier. The actor, who rose to fame on the original Beverly Hills 90210, had been starring in the CW's Riverdale at the time of his death. Now, are you familiar with Luke Perry?
Yes, 90210.
Were you a 90210 girl?
Oh yeah. Definitely I was. That
I
was the
was.
thing back then.
I was jealous. So before, let's take that from Claire. We may leave this comment up there for the whole rest of the show.
There you go. It is known.
I'm going to leave it up there for a little while. But as for Luke Perry, I was very jealous of these guys back because everyone loved them so much. He was just when he was in 90210, like he was just just everyone loved
Mhm.
him. All the girls wanted to be on him. Was he your guy on 90210? Did you like him?
Um, I think his eyes. I just look for guy's eyes and don't look anything else. So yeah, he had the eyes. Yes, he did. A
Yeah,
smile, eyes and a smile. Yes.
that is what it is. Yeah, it was. I never watched Riverdale or anything, but it was very sad. We lost a lot of celebrities this year. Actually, one of them passed away this year, and his was a very shocking death. I did not think that him that he would just pass away. We got Joan Winahan, I think is she said to say it. That's the proper way to pronounce it. I appreciate him. Yes, I do too. I did too. We got Alicia Kingston saying that Luke Perry, Brian Austin Greer, Jason Priestley, Ian Ziering just were the shits back then. Yeah, they were. That is no denying it. They had their time. You know what I mean? They definitely were stars. They were on all the girls had posters on the walls. I was jealous of all of them. I ain't gonna lie, but I hated those motherfuckers.
I wonder how that is because you said you were jealous and you were and I wonder because when I watched that show, obviously, all happy to see the guys over there, but I was like, wow, those girls, they have like the best hair and best makeup. So I wasn't jealous. I just wanted to kind of get the stuff that they have to look as they did. So
he had the long sideburns like Elvis back then. You know what I mean? He had that. I couldn't grow them. I couldn't grow mine out back then. I couldn't get that done. It's just what he was. I just hated him. I remember my friend Justin. He had the Luke Perry look down. He had that look down. He got all the chicks in junior high school because he had this down. I was like, man, son, I wish I could grow them sideburns like that. It's just the sideburns. That's all it is, the sideburns. Yeah, but yeah, hey, Dornis Winch is in the building. What up, Dornis Winch? Appreciate you coming through here. Yeah, we try to go by the sad ones as quick as we can. Yep. Now, I don't know if this is a major story. At least it ain't to me, but I guess it is. Nasty split. Khloe Kardashian and Tristan Thompson's relationship did not end well. Yes, the details involve infidelity, but no one saw this twist coming. In the bombshell reported on February 19th, Hollywood Unlocked claimed that Tristan and Kylie Jenner, best friend Jordan Woods, were all over each other at a house party. Now, the basketball player deleted it and said it was fake news, but going to the Kardashians' life, I'm not really a big Kardashian. I mean, I'm a fan of Kim Kardashian, of course, but there's no doubt about it. But I ain't gonna lie about that. I'm saying when this whole family that when you get caught up in this mix with them, I mean, did anyone expect this relationship to last? I mean, and it's just so weird to me. These are beautiful women. Beautiful women, and it just goes to show you that in life it takes more than just being beautiful to make it, because these are beautiful women, but yet it seems like they get cheated on over and over and over again. The average person who's not making any money and everything like that, or not making money like that, you know what I mean, is just going to be like, oh, I would never cheat on Kim Kardashian. I would never cheat on Khloe Kardashian. Let me get in there with her. I'll show her a good time, yada, 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 this, that, you know what I mean? But it just goes to show you that it doesn't matter about money or anything else like that. It really comes down to the person in the end. And Alomar has dropped off, but she will be back. I'm not going to. Are we going to keep it rolling? She'll be back, and I'm going to get off this story because I don't really care about Khloe right now. All right, we have an engagement last year. Oh, Alomar is back. Let's add it back to the stream. Hello, darling. I'm glad you're back.
Yeah.
We don't care about that story. We're going to the next one. Alex Rodriguez got engaged to Jennifer Lopez this year. Did you care about this?
Actually, not so much because they're gorgeous ladies, and there's always and you were right, and I didn't just leave because I was like so bored of the story. My internet gave up. Although who knows? It's just I'm thinking to just add to something what you were saying. The it's so awesome to see them be happy, but every time I see somebody happy and engaged over there, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen, who's gonna come between them. I don't want anybody to come between anybody, because I don't look for like drama and just to get a story in. But it's so difficult being a couple when you are right there in the spotlight.
You see, I hear what you're saying there, but to me, I'm gonna have to kind of disagree with you just a little bit on this one, because I think that if you're in love with somebody and you're doing right by that person, it really doesn't matter if you're in the spotlight, right? I mean,
in a way, yeah, it's just extra stresses on a couple.
If you're doing wrong, you're gonna get bagged up because you got TMZ and everything else out there. But if you're in a loving, committed relationship with this person, it wouldn't matter how many people. They ain't gonna catch you in nothing. You know what I mean?
Oh no, yeah.
Nothing.
Oh, not in that way. For example, not like in a cheating or just. But what I mean is like every couple has arguments, right? That there's always you can be lovey-dovey all the time. I mean, there is something wrong if you don't disagree. Like there has to be something, at least like a tiniest thing about. We're all human, and to go through, let's say, an argument or and be caught on camera, or to even like anything and everything, the paparazzis are just always there. It must be really difficult to have like a real life, unless they love it. Then that's great. If the couple is like, hey, take pictures of us, we love it. Like there are some people like that, right? They thrive on it. But I just think it's a different type of relationship than just regular people out there.
No doubt about it. I agree. I think they're a beautiful couple. I love Jennifer Lopez. He's a very lucky man. I hope it works out for them. All right, let's go to this story. Oh, goddamn Kelly. They put out a show just 3 days into the new year. Lifetime started airing the docuseries Surviving R. Kelly. It caught the attention of authorities in Georgia, who investigated the R&B star for allegedly sexual misconduct with girls and young women, something that was explored in 6 scathing episodes of the documentary. Now, do you remember the Surviving R. Kelly situation? Are you familiar with this story right here, R. Kelly? I like R. Kelly's music. I you know what I mean? I do. I like R. Kelly's music. I truly do like R. Kelly, and I watch some of these Surviving R. Kelly. Now, they make it seem like this guy is like he's Hannibal Lecter. Like this is an escape room in his house. You know what I mean with R. Kelly. And I do not see the escape room aspect of this. Because to me, and I'm just going to say it, people can hate me all you want. If these were grown-ass women, right, grown women, and they were not underage women, then, and he didn't chain them to a fence or anything, I don't really know what they had to survive, because you could just walk your ass up out the door.
So I'm not familiar with this story, but like you said, if they're consenting adults and if they have a way of leaving and they were not, under some kind of whatever that he gave them.
I don't see. No, he didn't give them. He gave them no drugs or anything. I guess he was mentally abusive to them and everything else like that. And I'm not Doris was saying he's gross. He may be gross. Not saying he's not gross. But I'm saying that these women do have to take some responsibility. It's not like they were chained to a radiator up in his house. A lot of these women were in there because he was R. Kelly. Now, I guess he had some women that would get other women for him and go and collect them, and he'd like to do some freaky stuff in his room. But it doesn't seem to me that the things he did seems immoral, but I don't see it as illegal. You know what I mean? And I think that's what it comes down to me. I don't really see it. Now, Donis Wentz talking about Aaliyah was 15. Yes, he did, but that's not what he's going on trial for. You know what I mean? And we could start talking about celebrities dating young chicks, because we know that Cher was 16 when Sonny Bono got with her. Now, they were living together, and they say, "Oh, we were just roommates." Yeah, sure. You know, Elvis Presley, when he married Priscilla Presley, she was like 15 years old back then too. That guy who sung "Great Balls of Fire." You know what I mean? I forgot his name, but that dude's wife was like 14. So when you deal with dudes messing with young chicks, this is not just R. Kelly who's into that stuff. There was a lot of. Now, I remember there was a videotape back in Jerry Lee Lewis. Thank you, AK. Now, I remember there was a tape back in the day of R. Kelly, and he was with this chick, and this chick was definitely a young girl, and there was a video tape. This was on VCR tape, and I had the VCR tape. I got that tape, and I seen it, and I said it back then that this chick was dumb young, and he could have got bagged up for that. Anything he did with a minor or anything like that, he should definitely go to jail for 100%. That's not without issue. I'm talking about these grown ass women, 21 and up. When you're in that house, and whether he's mentally abusive to you or not, if he doesn't have you chained to a radio, holding a gun to your head, threatening your life or threatening your family's life, you have the opportunity to leave. And if you don't leave, then that's on you. Now, Santavia says he had a wife who was grown. He was mentally abusive to her. I think the others were young when they first got with him. He may have been mentally abusive to his wife, but I don't think that is criminal, right?
It's a wrong thing, and I know sometimes, but I don't know what this. There is, you can. I think from what I heard, you can actually, but you have to yourself physically go away. You have to leave, but there's nothing that they cannot arrest somebody based on that unless they are, putting their hands on you for whatever reason. But like just yelling or just under pressure like that, I don't think that they can do anything like legally. It's not it's sad.
But he's whooping your ass, and it's a different situation.
Yeah.
But if he's just screaming at you, calling you names, and you have the opportunity to leave, I think you have to leave. That's on the women. But everything he did with a young chick, it's hard. He should go to jail for. Now, knowing this stuff about him, Alomar, do you have a hard time separating his music from his actions? Would you still be able to listen to his music the same way?
I actually, what I used to thought in the past is I try to separate the art form from a person, because art is, let's say, looking at a painting or listening to a piece of music or anything like that. I was okay with it in the past. However, now with different scandals coming out, let's say I can't watch, let's say, just because somebody was a director or whoever in a movie, I can't do that. Like I always will see that movie as with that stain on. I did appreciate the stuff in the past, it as an art form or some kind of, but there's just this added thing on top of it, and it just makes it different, and I can't see it the same way.
Yeah, I agree. It's hard for me. I used to love the Seinfeld, but ever since that guy who played Cosmo Kramer came out with that racist rant, it's hard. I can't even really watch that show anymore, so I can't even do it. So, I don't really listen. There's a couple of songs of his I'll still listen to, but I can't look at the man the same way. There's no way.
Exactly.
All right, what is this? Who is these people? I don't even know who these people are.
Oh, not sure.
Get them. I don't know what that is. That's nasty. All right, we're going right here. Messy divorce. It's over for Wendy Williams and her husband of 22 years, Kevin Hunter. On April 11th, Wendy's attorney confirmed that the talk show host had filed for divorce following a widely reported claim that Kevin, who managed Wendy and served as show's executive producer, had fathered a child with another woman who he allegedly had been having an affair with for years. Now, I know about this story. I know about the black stories. I know about the black story. I know about this stuff. You know what I mean? And everything else. Listen, Wendy should have left his ass a long time ago. It was obvious what this dude was cheating on her. He was just blatant about it. I mean, he had this chick held up. This chick was walking around pregnant. They had him in the car with her, picking her up in the car, holding her with the baby in the belly, living down the block from it. Now, I don't know. Wendy, it makes me think sometimes that Wendy Williams had to know eventually, what was going on in this situation. She had to know something was going, because you can't be that stupid. You know what I mean? You got to know where your money is going. And maybe she was just like, whatever, you got this chick pregnant, but stop seeing her. You got to do what you got to do to take care of her. And he just kept pressing it like he wanted to be with her. But now he's assed out because I guess he just wasn't realizing that, Wendy was the breadwinner, son. That was your ticket, was Wendy
Mm-hmm.
Williams. You know, you lose everything unless you can get it in the divorce, which I'm sure he'll probably get something in the divorce. But
Mm-hmm.
he's never going to live the same lifestyle that he was living before with her.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the Wendy
Yeah,
Williams?
I'm pretty sure that's one of the stories. I think we did this one.
We did do it.
I think we did. Yeah. So with that one, I guess I wonder why she would stay married for a long time, knowing all that. Maybe, I mean, there are reasons why people do stay married for whatever reasons. They just know about what each of them is, doing, but they still decide to not get a divorce because it's actually a lengthy process, stressful thing, a lot of changes if there are kids involved, even grown-up kids, that can be stressful for them. So people decide to do it. But like there is a limit, at some point where, like you said, he was just parading with her, and I guess he's in love and everything, but show some respect to your current wife. Don't make it maybe so, out there for everybody to see.
That's why I think that Wendy had to know. Well, I guess this is kind of what we were talking about a little bit before. You said it's hard to live in the public eye. And I was like, if you do dirt, you're going to get caught. He was doing dirt and he got caught. But it was blatant, though. I think that's got to that point where it was so much of a smack in the face that Wendy had no choice to leave him. Because I really think if he would have kept this relationship on the low, that she would have stayed with him the whole time. That she would have swept the whole thing under the rug if no one found out about it. But the fact that it just made her look so bad, and she was on her show fainting. I don't know if she was going back. I don't know if she was relapsing, because I know she used to do drugs. I don't know if relapsing, but she was fainting on the show, passing out on the show. She had to take some time off for like a month here, had co-hosts for this, that, and the other. So, I just don't know. I just think that Kevin Hunter's a disgusting man. I mean, not disgusting man, but he just got bagged up. And I just don't know how he could allow him his private parts to get him in trouble, because that's the end of him and his lifestyle like that, and that's all. She has some big boobies too, Wendy Williams.
She did.
She's dead, right?
She definitely is. I just noticed when you mentioned that. I don't usually notice it, but now that you mentioned it, yes. Yes, she does.
Jeez,
nice dress.
Yeah, she was holding those things down. All right. Next, another Kardashian thing. She wants to be a lawyer. Who cares? We're gonna skip that right over that. It's over. Here's another breakup story here. Adele leaves her husband. You have any comments about Adele leaving her husband? I knew she was gonna leave this dude eventually, because I don't know who she's with, if she's gonna be with, but I guarantee the next man she's good is a black dude. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. There's no listen. I've seen her videos. Well, every time she had a boyfriend in a video, he was always a black guy. There's a reason why she's doing that. You know what I mean? There's no doubt. I guarantee next dude she
knows what she likes now.
That's right. That's the way it is. There's no doubt about it. You know what I mean? Yeah, she's definitely gonna be with a black man when it's all said and done. But I don't really know nothing about this situation at all, really. And just the fact that she broke up with her husband. I would love for her to sing. If she was my chick, all she could do is sing to me. I'd be like, hey, babe, how are you? I just want to go, hello.
That should be her greeting to you every time she says hi.
Every day I woke up, I just be like, hey, babe, hello. That's all we need to hear say all the time. That's what it would be. Oh, we have, let's switch on this. Another Kardashian.
My gosh, they're everywhere.
They're everywhere. All right, so Kylie Jenner has become the world's youngest self-made billionaire. She did it by the time she was 21 years old. Do you give her credit for this, or do you say it was easy for her to do that?
I guess she didn't put in the work. I don't know much about it, but once you are in the spotlight, you are obviously having fans, right? Publicity. So yeah, she did what she did. I'm sure it's a lot of work, but it's not like she didn't have help.
Yeah. I mean, I give young, especially a woman, I give a woman credit for taking whatever she worked with, she pimped whatever she had going for her, and then she made $1 billion with it. As at 21 years old, a woman to do that is beautiful. And I think that I hope it inspires other young ladies to go out there and say, hey, not everyone is the smartest person in the world. Not everybody is the best looking, but she used what she had, right? And she used it to her ability, and she capitalized on it, and she made $1 billion. So I got to give her props. There's other people in that Kardashian family They ain't making no $1 billion.
Exactly.
Right? But she was able to pull that off, not even being a Kardashian. So I give her credit for that. All right, here we go. This motherfucker, Jesse Smollett. Is that Smollett? Yes. Actor. Oh, Jussie. His name is Jussie, not Jesse. I'm saying Jussie. Where to begin? In January, Empire actor Jussie Smollett claimed he was a victim of a hate crime. He said he was attacked by 2 men on a Chicago street in the middle of the night. But after launching an investigation, however, police started to feel that something wasn't adding up. Jussie was arrested for allegedly staging the attack himself with the help of 2 men whom he paid. Jussie, who was facing 16 felonies, caught a break. On March 28th, the criminal case against him was dropped by the prosecutors. All right. Now, do you remember this?
Actually, I don't remember that story, but just listening to it now, it's just, I mean, come on, people.
Yes, this dude, I'll tell you what happened. This dude, this mug right here, Jussie. This mug, Jussie. Goddamn you, Jussie. He had 2 people. They put like a noose around his neck. You know, a dude. I don't know if they wrote an N-word on his head or something. They did some crazy stuff like that. And it was his boys that did it. And then he went out there claiming that because he was gay, and he was black, that they jumped him. And they found this out that it was all staged and everything else. And then he gets off. Scot-free. They drop all charges against the guy. I mean,
that's not right. First of all, there's some, like, why? I mean, I wonder if it was more of a personal thing, or he wanted to make a statement of some sorts, but he hurt both himself and those who are actually attacked for being black and who are attacked for being gay. He just did a huge disservice to everybody.
Yeah, it is. You know, he, as AK said, he made every victim of a hate crime look worse in the public perception. Yeah, when you do things like this and you cry wolf like this, when someone truly does get assaulted or have a hate crime committed against them, it makes people not believe him, because people like Jussie. Now, Jussie, you had a hit show you were on, right? It's not like you needed to do this. You didn't need the money. You didn't need the attention. I don't know who was with him or who was managing him or who was when he came up with this bullshit. But if he was my boy, I'd have been like, man, this is terrible. This is worse. Yeah, Bernie said, do you remember Tawana Brawley? I sure do remember Tawana Brawley. Tawana Brawley actually ruined Reverend Al Sharpton's career. Anyone isn't familiar with what happened with Tawana Brawley, she was a black woman who was hanging out with her boyfriend at night. And she was afraid to get her mom to find out that she was hanging out with her boyfriend. So she took dog shit and smeared it all over her body and said that white people did it to her. Oh, and that's what truly launched Reverend Al Sharpton's protesting in New York. Then it turned out that obviously she was lying about it. And people have never forgiven Al Sharpton for that to this day. And when he was just trying to do the right thing and protect her, he didn't know she was lying. You know what I mean? But that's what happened with the Tawana Brawley case, and this is similar to that. But the only difference is that he is just he was famous, and Tawana Brawley was a regular person, and that's where it was. Apparently, Human is up in the building, rocking with us. What up, Apparently Human? All right, that is a Jussie Smollett situation that happened last year. A lot of crazy things happened last year. Britney Spears, what happened to her last year? She did some shows in Las Vegas. All right, bye, Britney. We're done with that. Jennifer Lawrence and an art dealer tied the knot. I don't even know who Jennifer Lawrence is, so that doesn't influence me. But this does. It was a very tragic story. Rapper Nipsey Hussle was murdered in broad daylight outside his Marathon clothing store in the Hyde Park section of Los Angeles on March 31st. On April 2nd, police arrested Eric Holder, who since pleaded not guilty to murder. Nipsey Hussle, people who don't know, he was a rapper I'm not going to say that Nipsey Hussle was the greatest rapper of all time. I'm sure he had a lot of fans, but what he was good at and what he was great for was the black community. He really wanted to help the black community. He wanted to empower the black community. He took his old neighborhood out there that was run down, and instead of going around spending his stuff at a different neighborhood, he opened up his clothing store in his own neighborhood to try to bring revenue back to his neighborhood. And he was gunned down in that store. So it's very sad that someone who's trying to do positive for the community got killed by the community, in the community, you know. So
it's sad. It seems like it's never stopping. It's continuing. Like, I think in general, things may be getting not, I don't know if worse is the word. It's just tiring to hear about that. And it's tiring to know that people have to go through it. It's like, I don't understand people who do that. Let's just say I don't understand them. Like, how much they have to be missing out in life to add to that negativity. Yeah. Tragic stuff.
Oh, people over here talking about they're interested in Jennifer Lawrence. I don't know who Jennifer Lawrence. I think I know who she is, but let me go back. Let's talk about this. Let me give you details of Jennifer Lawrence. Jennifer Lawrence and art dealer Cookie Marone tied the knot at a Belcourt of Newport Mansion in Rhode Island on October 19th, before a star-studded guest list that included Adele, Sienna Miller, Kris Jenner, Emma Stone, Ashley Olsen, Cameron Diaz, Nicole Richie, and Amy Schumer. So that is who she married, an art dealer.
So actually, Jennifer Lawrence, she's the one who started the Hunger Games, Red Sparrow, Passengers, American Hustle, Mother, all those
all right, yeah,
X-Men First Class, yeah.
Yeah, I don't like her. I don't like her as a person.
I like her cheekbones. I do.
I don't like her as a person, Dolores. And the reason why I don't like her is because she was supposed to do a spot, and I forgot exactly what movie it was. The movie with Will Smith eventually did what the Margot Robbie. The movie that he did with Margot Robbie, Will Smith did with her. I forgot the name, exactly what name of that movie it was, the Will Smith Margot Robbie movie. She was up for that role, and she did not want to do it because I guess she would have had to make out with Will Smith. And the excuse she gave was like, "Oh, he's just too old for me to do that." But then she went on to date someone like director or something that was older than Will Smith. So it's pretty obvious to me that she didn't want to make out with Jennifer Lawrence because she was black, and that's what it seemed like to me when it was all said and done. That's the reason why she did it. You know what I mean? And then after that, no, it wasn't Suicide Squad. It was like some like a hustler movie where Will Smith was a hustler or something like that. I forgot the name of the movie, but that was the movie. That's why I don't like her, Jennifer Lawrence. We got some more. Mr. Pratt. We got the guy who stars as Star-Lord. He got married to Chris Pratt and Catherine Schwarzenegger got married. So I guess he married into royalty, Chris Pratt.
Nice.
Yeah, he was down there in Nashville, Chris Pratt, while we were at the Crown of Thrones.
I had no idea.
Yeah. He was there because I remember someone when we were down there, someone said that they were doing security for him, and when they were doing security for him, she was like, "Yo, Chris Pratt is down at blah 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 bar right now." And I was like, "Really?" I said, "We should get down there, but get a picture with Star-Lord." But by that time, it was blown up. But they said he was in there just like a regular person. No one realized who he was for a while.
Okay.
And then when he got people realized he was too many people, then he left and stuff.
Yeah.
But he was down in Nashville at the same time we were there. All right. Congratulations to Chris Pratt and Mr. Schwarzenegger. Oh no, who is this? Bradley Cooper and split with his wife, I guess, after falling out with his wife. But whoever, I don't care about Bradley Cooper. I don't know nothing about Bradley Cooper. Lady Gaga, she split with her fiance. So let's see. Let's take a listen to this. So Bradley Cooper splits with his fiance. Lady Gaga splits with her fiance, and didn't they just do a duet and have a hit song together?
Hmm.
Hmm. Makes you
Mm-hmm.
wonder why the split.
Why? Yeah. Well, we'll see what the 2020 will bring for them. Huh.
We shall see. I
Yeah.
don't, I would I used to always hear rumors that Lady Gaga was a transsexual. Was that's just rumors?
Hmm.
I used to that used to always be the rumors that she was a transsexual. I don't care if she is a transsexual.
Wow.
That was the rumors everyone used to always I used to hear all the time that
I
she.
haven't thought about that.
I
I
heard
mean,
about I heard that about Wendy Williams too, but I know Wendy Williams wasn't, you know what I mean? But
mm-hmm.
I used to hear that about Lady Gaga all the time and stuff like that. Bernie says it's not true. I'm not saying it is true, Bernie. Don't give me the capital letters. Bernie always beefing. Bernie beefing, goddamn. Another very sad story right here. So on February
Mhm.
3rd, Young and the Restless star Christophe St. John's was found dead of heart failure. He was 52 years old. It said the death was ruled accidental, but alcohol consumption was also a factor. And I remember this dude. My mother used to watch Young and the Restless when I was young, and he was like one of the first black person that I've seen like that was there. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That was like that look. So it was very sad. His wife is Mia St. John, who was she was a boxer. She's a female boxer. And that's who he married her. I don't know if he was still married her at the time when they got
Mhm.
divorced, but that's where I remember her when she was boxing, him supporting her and stuff. And it's sad to see someone go so young. You know what I mean? Especially
Yeah.
when I remember seeing him when he first started on of the Young and the Restless and stuff. And especially soaps back then, they didn't really have like how can I say this? I'm gonna try to say they didn't really have like on the soaps. I think they had a effort of not having the most attractive black men on there if they could. Like, they would
Mm.
have older black men on there and stuff. But he was like one of the first young black
Mhm.
guys that was there that they were using like for a sex symbol. Usually they had the old
Yeah.
younger white guys there
Mm.
and had all them there, but they never put the black guy in that position. All the black women that were in these soaps were always married to like old
Mm.
old black men and stuff like
Mm.
that. He was like one of the first young black men that was in there and everything else. So, rest in peace to him.
Yeah.
And very, very sad. Christophe St. John's. He looks like someone that could be in my family too. He truly
Yeah.
does. All right, who is this? Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom are headed to the altar. The singer
Mm.
and actor got engaged on Valentine's Day and posted this Instagram photo. Who is Katy Perry? The one who kissed the girl and she liked it? Is that who she is? That Katy Perry?
Not sure.
Is she kissed the girl and she liked it? Is that what that's
Mm.
what song? I think that's what it is. But I think that's who she is. Orlando Bloom is the person who was in Lord of the Rings, right?
Yes.
That
Yeah.
guy. So listen, and he was in that show we tried to review that was on Amazon too. Orlando.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yes.
forgot. Yeah.
She must have kissed Orlando and liked it too.
I wonder if she will write a song about that because
I
apparently
think
she likes.
you call it full bloom, huh? Full bloom, Orlando. There you go. Oh, this is some housewife stuff right here. The Real
Mm.
Housewives of New Jersey star Joe Giudice. I think he's pronounced Joe Dice, but it's Giudice. I have a friend that goes by Giudice, so I'm gonna say Giudice. Finished a 3-year prison sentence in fraud and was immediately sentenced to immigration and customs, and eventually was deported to Italy. All these reality star people, I don't know much about them, so I got
Mhm.
moving right there. Don't know anything about it. Kevin Spacey appeared in Massachusetts courthouse on January 7th and pleaded not guilty to charges that he groped an 18-year-old man at a bar in 2016. All right, then do you remember this story about Kevin Spacey? I used to like Kevin Spacey as the actor.
Yeah.
I did like that Netflix show he was in too, that he was doing. But there was always rumors about Kevin Spacey's sexuality that were
Mhm.
never confirmed. But I guess listen, if he's groping 18-year-old boys, I mean, what's the matter with you? I just don't understand it. You know what I mean? You can have any man you want, Kevin Spacey. You're rich, you're famous. Why do you feel that you would have to do this to
Hmm.
a young boy like that?
Yeah. Do you think it's just the power that they think? First of all, I wonder if he knows. There should be like an age thing, I think. Like, I wonder if he knows how old he is. Like, if he truly realizes. I don't know how old he is. I have no idea. But 18-year-old plus he apparently was not willing. Like,
Yeah,
why? Like, why? Is it to show power, or is it to try to see if they will like you? But to know if they like you, they'll let you know if they want it before you actually do it. So don't just do it and see if they like it. Ask about it. And
yeah.
I'll be right back. I just need to let my doggy out here because she will just cry like crazy. I'll be right back.
All
Yeah.
right. All right, we're gonna move on from Kevin Spacey. Is there anything else we talk about? Done with Kevin Spacey. Who is this? Who cares about her marriage? I don't know who she is anyway. All right, this is a very interesting story here, people. This was very interesting to me. Former Smallville star Alyssa Mack pleaded guilty on April 8th to charges pertaining to her involvement in an alleged sex cult that's an offshoot of the group NXIVM, which had publicly presented itself as a self-help organization. Prosecutors said that she was in on the scheme to turn women into sex slaves for the leader, Keith Rainier, who in June was found guilty in federal court of racketeering, sex trafficking, and possession of child pornography, and now faces life in prison. Allison, who was set to be sentenced in September on 2 racketeering charges, but the sentencing was postponed. This was a very crazy case. I remember this case. I don't know if you do, Alomar. Do you remember this?
I don't remember this, but this sounds very, very disturbing.
Yes, this is a chick, NIXism. It was very this Smallville star, and she was going around bagging. They were acting like they were self-help people, bringing women in here, acting like they were helping them out, but really they were out here trying to get women and turn them into sex slaves for people. And that's what it truly was about. And this is a girl who was on Smallville. Now, I don't think she was the star of Smallville, but I'm saying she had a lot going for herself.
Mm-hmm.
How do you find yourself in this situation to do something like this? Was she now see a situation like this? Now, if R. Kelly, going back to R. Kelly, was doing something like this to these women, then yes, he deserves to get life in prison, just like the other guy got. But she was all over the place. You know what I mean? And Santavia says she still doesn't think she did anything wrong. I think she's probably going to keep saying that. You know what I mean? Forever.
The idea of when I hear what you just said, it's repulsive when I hear that. No. Just an idea to be. Can you imagine being in that situation, being on the end where it's against you, but you are being taken advantage of, and bad stuff.
How do you get to that point where it's to the point where you can convince someone to be a sex slave?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do you do that? How do you convince someone to do that? I don't know. Not that I want to. I'm not looking for tips, people. I'm just saying in general. You know what I mean? If you go in there for self-help, how do you make the turn to sex slave?
Yeah.
I'm here. I got anxiety. Can you help me with anxiety? Well, if you take 5 Dixie-Raps, how do you turn to that? You know what I'm saying?
I wonder if people, it's like being brainwashed completely by saying, I don't know. I could see somebody saying, take charge of your sexuality. And by doing this, you're showing that you're taking charge of. This is your decision. And some people can be made to think that whatever they do, it's their decision, where it's actually not their decision. Somebody is like their puppet master to their life. And for women to, let's say, yes, be in charge of your sexuality and do this, that, they think, yeah, sure, I'll do it because I want to do it. And in fact, it's not them wanting it. It's somebody else telling them how to do it and what to do. I think that's the approach.
Yeah. Lawrence Grant says mental abuse is the same as physical abuse because it's brainwashing. I understand that mental things stick with you probably longer than anything physical, right? Physical wounds do heal, you know what I mean? and and mental abuse is bad. It's hard for me to see it how that I don't think it ever it's maybe I don't think it could ever happen to me. That's why Claire says it's a process, Tony, or orchestrated. I'm sure it is. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just don't know how you make that turn. I just think that when you hear when it starts to, I don't know. You know what I mean? Maybe it's a slowly thing. I have no idea. I truly don't know how they were able to pull it off. But obviously they were very successful at it for a long time. And I hope she gets everything she deserves that's coming to her for it.
Yeah.
Legendary director John Singletary passed away April 29th. His family took him off life support. He was only 51 years old. He did Boys in the Hood, Poetic Justice. Those are the two big films I would say that he did. Those two films actually were very important to me in my life. Especially Boys in the Hood. When I didn't really understand West Coast, all the things that were going on in the West Coast. Like I'm from New York, so I knew about the gangs in New York and everything else, but I never knew how deadly it was and everything was going on. It was so much worse in West Coast, and it really was this movie right here that opened my eyes to everything that was going on in the West Coast and really made me see it, because I've heard about it in rap songs from NWA and them, but you don't know it until you actually see how it would truly play out. And this movie truly did show you how it would play out. And that is what his importance is to me. Obviously, I'm sad for anyone to die at such a young age and stuff. He doesn't deserve to, but that is John Singletary's story to me. I can tell you another story, exactly a crazy story that happened to me when this movie came out. Back in the days in New York City, there was a cab system called National Cabs, and you could rent them for $25 an hour. And they were basically just like Cadillacs with really booming sound systems in them. So we had a National cab rented, and we drove up to Queensbridge Projects right around out there, and we were booming the system. A man called Dat was in there, and he was meeting this chick. So I was in the backseat, my man Rec was in the front with the cab driver, and Cordat went out to go get this chick, to go hang with this chick. And we had one of Cor's mixtapes, and we were bumping the mixtape, bumping. And there had to be, I'm saying, at least 500 people all coming from seeing like Boys in the Hood. It was all packed on the street. And then they all started dancing to the music. You could see them dancing. And I'm telling you, I looked up and everyone was like across the street. The next time I blinked my eyes, the whole cab was surrounded. People jumped, was trying to get in the cab. They tried to break the window. They reached inside. They grabbed the radios. Used to be Benzie boxes, right? Grabbed the Benzie box from the window. They reached in, grabbed the cab driver's chain right off his neck, touched out the chain. They were trying to get through the back door to open the back door. I was holding the back door because I didn't have it locked. So I was trying to lock and holding it. People were pulling it, and I'm like, pull off right now, pull off right now. And he ran over like 5 to 10 people when they tried to get us.
Oh my God.
They tried to get us for that, Boys. That's exactly what happened out there.
That's something you didn't expect, apparently, starting at all.
It was a very, very scary situation.
Oh my God.
And it just happened, you know what I mean, out of nowhere. You know, because these dudes from Queensbridge Project don't play no games, man. And they roll deep. Like when you roll Queensbridge Projects, I'm talking you rolling deep. These dudes is deep with that, you know. And it was all love in the beginning, because they were all just listening to the music and they were all about it. And then next time I turned my head, they had the whole cab surrounded, like 20, 30 people to surround. They were reaching through the windows, grabbing the guy's chain off his neck and snatched the Benzie box and all. It was a nutty situation.
My God.
But that's my Boys in the Hood experience.
Well, you survived it, and I bet you did not do that again, or you actually did wanted to go for a second.
Back out there like that again. No. Because that's all I was thinking was don't get pulled out. Because they pull you out. It's a wrap. You know what I mean? They're gonna stomp you. When I see stomp you, they truly step on you as many times as they want. They don't kick you, they step on you. And it's just a terrible situation. So rest in peace, John Singleton. You will be missed. Let's see. What is this? I don't even know who this is. Teen Mom. I don't know nothing about Teen Mom. I don't know who the situation. Who is the situation? The guy from Jersey Shore. Who cares?
Know that guy.
I guess he was in the situation, but we don't know about that. Let's this is Liam Neeson. Let's talk about Liam Neeson was backpedaling in early February after telling a story in an interview about 40 years ago. He wanted to kill a black bastard, and that's in quotes, after learning that the black man had raped his friend. The backlash against the actor built all month. On February 5th, Liam went on Good Morning America to attempt to explain. I thought I was defending her honor, he said, but he being animate that he isn't a racist or bigoted. I remember this story when it came out. I do. I don't know if you do. Do you remember this when this happened?
I remember after. Not. I don't remember when it exactly came out, but I remember hearing it after.
When I took it from when I took it that he was upset that a black man. I don't think he really cared that at the time. I think that someone raped his friend, and I think that the person happened to be black, so he once said he wanted to kill that black bastard. I don't think that's a racist statement. I think that people blew it out of proportion because, listen, I think if it was a Chinese man, he would have said, I wanted to kill that Chinese bastard. If it was a white male, Irish person, he would have said, I want to kill that Irish person. Just because sometimes you say certain things doesn't mean that you're racist. Because in all honesty, there's only a couple of ways to hurt somebody. You know what I mean? And one is to talk about their race. Another is to talk about their mother. Another thing is to talk about their sexuality. These are all three things that people can't control. So I think he was just basically talking about him just being upset that his friend got raped, and he said what he said, and he was just being honest about how he felt at the time. But I in no way think that he was going around saying he wanted to kill all black men or anything else like that. So all right, so Joan says that the issue was he said he wanted to kill any black man. So yeah, so the issue is I do remember that now. He was saying that he went out looking for a black person to kill. He wanted and he had like a billy club with him or something like that, and he had like a bat or some type of weapon, and he was just looking for any black person to take his anger out on. That
doesn't sound. That
is a little bit different.
That's a different thing. I mean, for him just to say that, I understand that people just say some stuff and stuff just comes out. However, like when I hear things that bother me, they still hurt a little bit. Like even if I heard that statement, I'll be like, that I don't like hearing anything like that. And somebody may just explode by saying it. This is in the moment, heat of the moment, but I don't condone it. I feel uncomfortable when things like that are said. But this new thing that you mentioned, any black man, that's definitely not right.
No,
even when angry.
No, I remember when that movie Do the Right Thing came out. I don't know if you remember it. It was made by Spike Lee, and in this movie, there's a character named Radio Raheem, and he gets killed by like two racist white guys. They strangle cops, so he gets killed, and he gets killed in there. All right. I remember my friends that were black dudes after seeing that movie walking home with them and them just punching the white dude in the face saying, Radio Raheem, motherfucker. It's because they were so upset that Radio Raheem, a fictional character, got killed in the movie, which is 100% wrong for them to do that. I don't know why I'm doing it. They were wrong for doing it, but I remember them doing it. Now, these are the same black people that I know that have many white friends that hung out with white people all the time. My neighborhood was predominantly Jewish. So they were just upset at that time and they took it out on anybody. So I see. So I kind of see him in that mold. You know what I mean? Like I know the friends that I had that did that 100%. Were they wrong for doing that? 100%. 100% wrong. They unjustified. You shouldn't be that upset, especially from a movie. But that is what they did, and I watched them do it. And right there, it's because they were upset that this guy got killed in the movie by two racist white dudes. By race cops, I do believe. Yeah, they were so upset about them. They seen the white person just walk on the street. They punched him right in his face and just said, "Radio Raheem, motherfucker." And that guy walking down the street like, "Who the fuck, Radio Raheem?" You don't know who that guy is. So I take it like that. I think it's just a wrong situation on all ends. But anger is a motherfucker, and especially if someone raped your good friend. Yeah, is it wrong what he did? Of course it's wrong. You know what I mean? Of course it's wrong at 100%. But I'm not trying to justify his feelings. But the The fact is, he may have felt that way and went out to do it. He didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like my friends, they felt that way and they did it, which makes it much worse. He may have felt that way because I think a lot of things go through a lot of people's minds.
Yeah.
Right? And sometimes you can't control the thoughts that go through your mind, but it's really the actions that you do after, you know. And the fact that he didn't do any harm to anyone, I think he has to get the pass.
Yeah, venting is needed, but once you vent, you first of all, like he's, you know, celebrity. It's out there for everybody to hear and see. I don't know if it was recorded or not, or if it was just, you know, had witnesses to it. But again, he didn't do what he said he would like to do. But again, venting. Everybody vents, everybody does stuff, but it's so just difficult to, again, being in a spotlight.
Yes, it is. That's hard. Cuba Gooding Jr. was arrested on June 13th and charged with 1 count of misdemeanor forcible touching and 1 count of sexual abuse in 3rd degree after a woman claimed that the Oscar woman groped her breast in a New York bar in June 9th. Now, this is ridiculous to me, this whole thing that he's being charged with. I seen the videotape of that. It didn't look like he did anything horrible. Now, Alomar, I know you're a woman. I know that this is the year of the women standing up for themselves and, you know, Me Too movement and stuff. But I think this is right here is a little bit where the Me Too movement goes a little bit overboard, because I think that if you did see the videotape, I don't know if you did.
I did not.
The man didn't do anything terrible. He was with his girlfriend at the time too. So I mean, the guy didn't do anything. I think this thing is just a little bit crazy. I don't think that there's anything. He really did anything to deserve all this, and I think it's just truly because of who he is as a celebrity that they're trying to make go crazy about and catch anyone. And he's a celebrity, he's a big name, so let's get him out of here. Let's do something for him. So
yeah, I think I'm not sure how it goes. I mean, again, not being or being touched if you don't want to. Obviously, it's your body. Nobody should touch it if you don't want to be touched. But I wonder if apparently there's a difference between. I wonder if there's a difference if somebody touches you, but then you have a room to get away. Like, you know, they touch and you move versus they touch and you kind of like are cornered and you feel trapped. Like, like, yeah, I want to leave, but how do I leave? And they prevent you from leaving, even for, you know, whatever moments it is. I wonder how that is. But apparently, I didn't know that you can take somebody to court by, you know, and they grab your boob or your ass.
He didn't like grab, like take his hand, stick it underneath her dress, or even it was like a brush up. It was like he brushed up against it. Like, you know what I mean? It wasn't like he leaned over and he brushed up against it. You know what I mean?
You know, that's interesting, because imagine you're on I don't know what, let's say, form of communication, public communication. There's a crowd, you know, people are there. You're holding, you know, whatever you're thinking you're holding, and people are, you know, obviously somebody will take advantage of, like, hey, I'm gonna stand next to her, make sure I'm really next to her when I'm in this crowd. But like, I wonder what the boundary is. You know, somebody. You can't just, let's say you're on a bus and you're standing in this crowd and somebody is touching you with their body, but, you know, they're claiming there's a crowd, you know, I cannot not touch you. I cannot be like, you know, you don't have that air here between us. So, but then, you know, you're in a bar, and again, there's a difference of feeling uncomfortable, but somebody may feel uncomfortable on a bus. And I don't know, I have not seen the thing, but I didn't know that it's something that you can take somebody to court. Like, I was on a bus and somebody brushed against me. I don't know. Maybe there's an intent versus just, you know, situation like that. I wonder.
No, I when I was growing up, I tell you, when I was in school and elementary school and junior high school, I was a serial ass grabber. I grabbed every woman's ass, and I took it a lot. And I was very fleet of foot. So I would do it and run away, and they couldn't catch me. But sometimes it did hit. Some of these girls hit hard too. Let me tell you, I took my lump, and you know what I mean. But I would have been in jail if I'm 5 years old. I would never do that. But you know, when I was in 6th grade, 5th grade, I chalked that up to this, you know, hormones stuff. You know, like, you know, I've been in the classroom when I was younger, and it's looking at a chick and got excited, and the teacher calling me, and I couldn't stand up because it would have been pretty obvious I was excited. I had to get a referral because of it. You know, I was that in school. You know.
So you were smart. You would grab and run. There were boys when I was younger, again, elementary, I guess, middle school. They just saw an elbow in their face at that, but they didn't run. That was their fault. Their fault. You know,
No, I was so fleet of foot.
at
And
least you're man.
I was as fleet as foot as you could get. You were not catching me. I was going. You caught me in lucky. I wasn't posing. I wasn't staying there smiling at you that I did it. I was going. Like I would do it. I
That's
remember
funny.
I would do the shit like I remember like if we were all dancing. I remember like if we were at a dance party or something like that. You know, all the kids dancing, and I'd be dancing with some girl, and if some other chick with a nice ass like went behind me, I would grab her ass and just act like I'm dancing with the other chick who arms around, and she turned around. And she couldn't tell who it was. Too many people dancing.
I'm surprised that the girls didn't like, um
Uh,
organized after it, like, hey Tony, and then you just leave kind of limping after a while. I guess some of them must have liked it.
A couple of them got me. The black chicks would get you. You know, the black chicks would always be swinging on you. White girls, they would, you'd be able to get away with them once in a while. They weren't as forceful. Black chicks in the city just ready to fight at the drop of the hat. So it was like, you touching me, motherfucker! You know, it's like just kind of trying to kill you. You know, white girls would swing one time. Right?
That's interesting. So I wonder with that, like, again, memories, lovely memories. We have a couple of people here who actually are studying those memories. What the big thing was, when I was growing up, they would grab your bra if they were sitting behind you and they would snap it. Little did they know that I would get up and just kind of put that the entire table on them, like, but that was a couple times, and I got in trouble for that because I actually stood up for myself until they found out why I did it. But again, that was a long time ago. Why would a girl lift the table and throw it on somebody who's behind her? Well, because they grab your bra and they, pull and snap.
We used to, if girl, it was in style for a little while for like girls to wear sweatpants. Was in style like for a little while, like they all wore sweatpants. And if you were at your locker with your back turned, those sweatpants got pulled down all the time. People would pull down the girls' sweatpants constantly. That was kind of like you had to know to tie that string. You better tie that string. Because if that string wasn't tied, I'd see people all the time go by, whoop, and just take off, pull the chicks' sweatpants down and just run. That was it. I mean, I used to have, like, my girl was this girl, Natalie Falletta, this Puerto Rican chick. And she used to always fight. She used to always get into fight with other girls. And I remember every time she was going to fight, I used to be like, yo, Natalie, you going to fight this chick? She was like, yeah. I'm like, yo, pull a shirt off for me, will you? And she'd be like, all right, cool. And she beat the chick up. And while she's beating the chick up, she pull her shirt off. And she do it. And I was like a
oh my God.
Man, listen, it wasn't just her. A lot of girls would do it. They would do it all the time. They would take it and they would get into a fight with chicks, and that would be the last thing to do after they got the chick down. They would just pull the girl's shirt off. Every time the girl's boobs would be out. And they still, but I always tell Natalie, take care of that.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, and this is the strange thing. Like, I wonder if they were taught it's okay to do something about it. I was taught not to do anything. This was depressing when I was thinking about it, because we were not supposed to do anything. It was not a nice thing to be defending yourself, but not everybody was there to defend you. So I didn't use my hands. I like my hands. I use either my elbow or the table or whatever I had near me. So I guess more damage, and my hands were okay. But it's tough. It's tough. Life changes. Yeah.
AK says she knows girls for some reason have a thing with pulling girls' clothes off while fighting. Never understood it though. I'm telling you, they did. They used to always. That was the whole reason to go watch a girl to see whose top was coming off. That was like the finishing maneuver. Someone's top was getting ripped off, and that was the bottom line. That's what every guy went up there to do that, and that was it. We got, of course, she said the same thing. She said she's with you here. Guys are the same in my school. I was flat until I was 16, so she was safe. She said. Oh, Birdie L was like, damn, soccer made me a strong kicker. I use my legs. God damn. I go for the balls. You know what I mean? Listen, a slap in the ass is not worth a kick in the nuts. It's not. That's not the same level of shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if someone snaps your bra, right, from the back,
yeah,
it may hurt a little bit, but that is not the same level
The
Uh,
pain level, yeah. I mean, it's embarrassing and kind of demeaning when somebody does it. I guess it would be that, like, how dare you touch my body kind of thing. However, I only admit it, I kicked somebody, I think, once, but they did something that they were not supposed to do. It was still during school years,
mhm.
so I did it. But the pain that that person wasn't after made me debate if that was a just judgment, because my pride, and I was like, I was I felt violated. I'm like, how dare you, type of thing. Like, how really dare you? I kicked, and the dude was like out for, he limped for a while. And I don't think I've ever done it. I don't think I've ever done it ever after.
Listen,
It was a learning lesson. I didn't know that it's gonna hurt
getting
that
kicked in
much.
the nuts is a very severe penalty.
Yeah, he looked miserable. He
It's a very severe, like Chrissy. Oh yes, I'll kick you in the nuts. You gotta learn. This ain't Chrissy. You black women, man. I'm telling you, it's me and kick you in the nuts. I kick you in the nuts. Who teaches people to kick them in the nuts? You know,
it was a reflex, Tony. Nobody, I've never seen it anywhere. It was just my knee just went up there. It just did. I did not even know I'm gonna do it. It just did. And after that, I'm like, wow. I hope I will never have to do that again.
I'm just saying, some guy
It was
grabbing your
awful.
ass doesn't deserve. I'm saying, punch him in the face, punch him in the chest, punch him anywhere. But a kick in the nuts is not worth a smack of the ass. That's not equal. That's not equal punishment for that crime.
Yeah.
That's a huge punishment. I mean, will he ever do it to you again? Probably not. But you may not be able to have kids ever again. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
You know, oh, Dad, Bernie's mean, grazing people's nuts with stilettos. I don't even want to talk about
Oh my gosh.
it.
Those things are dangerous.
They sure are.
Wow.
Oh, we have another woman here, unfortunately passed away before her time. After a long, difficult battle with throat cancer and stage 4 lung cancer, the TV reality star Beth Chapman passed away peacefully on June 26 in Hawaii. She was 51. Beth's husband, Dwayne Dog Bounty Hunter Chapman, was by her side when she took her last breath. You know, I never liked the show. I don't like Dog the Bounty Hunter personally, but I will say that, you know, I feel very bad that this woman passed away. You know, and no one deserves to die. It seems like a lot of people are dying. It seems like a lot of it's, when we looked at all these deaths so far last year, I think the majority of these deaths were cancer related. You know, I actually said this to someone before. I was like, if you ask somebody right now, would you rather have AIDS or have cancer? I think people would take AIDS. And that's funny, because back in the days when AIDS, you know, in the 80s, nobody would have took that AIDS. They would have been like, no way I'm taking AIDS. But I think right now you have a better chance of living if you have AIDS than having cancer,
Mhm.
which is terrible. Why
Yeah.
can't people find a cure for this disease?
And it's so complicated because each cancer is different, and they do, when they do look for a cure, they look for this particular cure for this particular cancer, not like throughout. So that's I guess the complicated part, in addition to whatever they have to deal with. Yeah.
Santeria, amazing.
I just read that.
Snap
Yeah.
kicks. You know, you got not only you're gonna hit somebody, and then you're gonna snap the kick. You know, it's just terrible.
Wow.
Bridge 4, fighting cancer is in our blood. That's why we like the night. You know, I don't think we do enough. You know, all this money we spend on wars and everything else. What if we just took all that money and devoted it to 24-hour, 7 days a week cancer research and came? There's no way we can't come up. We can, if it's there's a way to get rid of it, and it's got to
Yeah.
be a way. You know, and I don't know if it's just it's population control or what it is.
Mm.
You know, I really don't know how, but I just don't see why there isn't a reason why we can't come up with a cure for this disease. There's got to be a way. And we figured out a cure. Listen, AIDS was killing many a rich person, many rich people in Hollywood, many rich gay people were dying of AIDS. Lo and behold, we figured out a way to just stop that, right?
Mm.
Because these people put their money behind it, and it was like, yo, we getting behind this, we getting rid of this disease. They figured out a way to get rid of it. You know, now people who catch AIDS to get on the right medical pills and stuff, you know, it's not even detectable in your blood after a certain time.
Yeah.
But yet they can't do the same thing for cancer. And all the people here, I just don't
Yeah.
know.
And here what Alicia says, that's actually what my, I guess not theory, but is that you know, if you, I mean, pharmaceuticals, right? They have so much money by and medical things like when you get chemo, or you get this medicine, that medicine, to just keep you kind of alive. There's money in that, but once you cure it, you can't make money off of cured people. So what
Yeah,
better way of making them, you know, live, but you know, having them to purchase all those medicine, all those drugs that they need for continuing their life. Once they
yeah,
cure them, there's nothing that they can profit from.
yeah. Allison is a huge business. Cancer treatment is a huge business. Billion dollar business that people say. And I think that 10,000. You know, when you look back in the day and you see people like the things that they use to cure, that they thought were curing things, and you're like, how could that person do that? They used to drill holes in people's heads and do these things. I think that chemotherapy is going to be looked at as that, by putting radiation in someone's body to kill this thing. And the radiation is, I think, is really what kills the people, is the radiation itself. They get so sick from it because it's just not, it's not natural to be putting radiation in your body. There has to be a better way than to put radiation in someone's body than doing that. Rest in peace, Beth. All right, we're gonna go with this. Probably be the last story that we'll do. And this sparked the whole, I think, Me Too movement. More allegations of sexual misconduct were levied against Matt Lauer in October, but at this time, the charges were more serious: rape. He denied it. The disgraced TV anchor was fired by NBC in late 2017 after his network received credible complaint of inappropriate sexual behavior in the workplace. You know, this guy, I think, is one of the worst human beings. If you talk about a human being going and using his power to lure women into his office, and he had a secret button underneath his desk that would lock the door behind these women. You know, this is the guys. People like this are the people that I think deserve to go to jail. You know what I mean? People like this, you know what I mean, like Matt Lauer. But because he's Matt Lauer, these are guys who never go to jail, but they'll throw Bill Cosby in jail and stuff. But Matt Lauer will never go to jail. Not that Bill Cosby didn't do anything wrong, but I think this was the year of a lot of these men celebrities taking advantage of women, got exposed for what they were doing. You know what I mean? But you see, like Harvey Weinstein, he's not going to jail, and he was the one who started this whole thing. It was all about him. You know, Matt Lauer ain't going to jail, but Bill Cosby, an old man, he's the one going to jail. You know, it's just weird to me. But I do think I did like the fact that this year women stood up for themselves and finally realized that they had some power and seized control.
I'm just surprised that he's not punished more. I didn't follow the story. Again, it was very disturbing, very, very disturbing. But I am, now that you're saying it, that he, whatever was again, like whatever he went to court for, I don't know if he even went to court for anything, but is he really, I mean, he's free? He's not going to do any time for this?
Who, Matt Lauer?
Yeah.
He's doing nothing.
That's ridiculous. I mean, first of all, gross, disturbing. And I don't see, again, there must be a reason why he's not going. I wonder though, why? Like, he did what he did and he's not denying it, unless he's denying it.
Yeah, he's denying.
He's denying it. He's like not.
He's never going to admit that he raped. No one's ever going to admit that I don't know anyone who ever raped someone and admitted that they raped someone. I've never heard anyone confess and say, yes, I raped that person, unless they were already convicted or something like that. But no free person I've ever seen do that. And I don't expect him to do that at all.
Wow.
You know, but I just think, again, here's the privilege that you get away with when you're privileged, that you can have these accusations go. And yes, he got fired from his job, but so what? He's got millions of dollars in the bank. You know, it doesn't matter. He's fired from his job. Yeah, he's not. Yeah, he was disgraced a little bit. But listen, O.J. Simpson murdered 2 people and still out there playing golf with people, right? So if you can murder 2 people and still be out there playing golf and having a good time, This sexual assault ain't gonna hurt your social standing. It's not going to do anything. There's still going to be people willing to rock with you and stuff like that. If people are willing to rock with OJ, they're going to be willing to rock with Matt Lauer and all these people, you know. So it's disgusting that everyone that they were able to get away with these things, you know. Yeah. And that's what his odds. Jones says, I think that a lot of it is they get off on power because really normal folks don't want to rape folks they're attracted to. I think it is. I think that people, when you get to this point where you just feel like, who are you to turn me down? I'm Matt Lauer. Who are you? Just a little girl worker. You should be privileged that I'm even interested in your ass. Now give it to me because I want it. I think it comes down to situations like that, and people start feeling that way, you know, and that's what happens, you know, in situations. So
yeah,
disgusting, Matt Lauer.
Yeah, I remember that day when he was I don't watch news. I don't, because it's really depressing. They only show bad negative stuff. There's a lot of bad stuff out there, but the stuff I watched was only negative. So for some reason, I remember turning that news on and hearing the presenters mention that he won't be on because of, you know, some things that happened, and that was a big thing. I've never seen anything like it because I just happened to catch it. Yeah.
Listen, Jay Cruz, I agree with you. Accusations isn't evidence, right? Just being accused of something does not mean that you are guilty of this crime, right? It does not mean it's because you're accused. But I do believe that you should have your day in court. This man did not get a day in court.
Yeah,
you know, he did not get a day in court to see if it was guilty or not. All he got was fired and go off into the sunset. So that's the problem I have with it. I think that if you have rape, you know. And I'm not going to say that certain women can't lie about it. Anyone can lie about anything. You know what I mean? That's just the way it is. But who knows? I'm not saying that it's lying or anything like that. I'm just saying that's pretty dumb. And it's just disgusting. But I am glad that women finally did start to stand up for themselves. Let's remove that. We are back here to our regular stuff. That is our thing. That is what it is.
A lot of things happen. A lot of things happened. Wow.
A lot of things happened last year. A lot of craziness. Unfortunately, we lost a lot of good people and everything else. You know, Reed says the old boys club where they're accused of hanging out with each other and talking about how crazy women are. You know, women are crazy, but men are crazy too. So
it's just that right level of crazy, and just hang out with people who are your kind of crazy.
That's it. That's what you gotta do. You gotta rock with the people that deserve for you to be rocked with, you know?
Yeah.
And that's it. That's how you gotta do it. You just can't stick with people who aren't on your level and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
good stuff. Good stories, yeah.
Yeah, they were good stories. Now we are here to take questions. Elmar and me will take questions about anything right now. We probably rock for I could probably do 10 more minutes.
Yeah. Same here. Perfect.
Then I got to go at 1 o'clock. So if you got any questions you want to know, like I said before earlier, if there's anything you want me to cover on Teflon TV, anything I'm not covering or something like that, please let me know right now. If there's a show you want me to cover, or you want me to see me do more book stuff, more Game of Thrones stuff, more House of the Dragon stuff, please put it in the comment section what you want me to do this year on Teflon TV while we wait for House of the Dragon, which isn't coming out till 2021, I do believe. So, you know, we will have Wins the Winner. I do believe Wins the Winner will drop this year. I predicted that a long time ago that it'll be out this year, and it will drop this year. I don't think it'll drop in time for the con. I think it'll drop after the con, but I still think we'll have that.
Alicia, yeah.
Would you ever do book reviews? What about you, Alomars? Would you ever do book reviews?
I would have to see if the book that I'm reading actually I'm interested in, because I have a hard time if I start reading the book and I'm not jumping in, or if there's something I don't like about the style, I would not feel comfortable giving a full review, because I just stopped the book and the review would be kind of pointless, me saying I'm sorry I can't get through the second chapter of it. And then again, if I would read a book and I would love it, it's already skewed because I love it, because I finished the book. So I guess, I would do reviews. I just need to find a book that I would love to finish.
I would do a book review too if someone pointed me in that direction.
Yeah.
Beefing Dan Bernie. Beefing as always. It's always you can cover these nuts, Bernie. How about that? You can cover these nuts over here. Claire says the 20s were called the Roaring 20s. What will the 2020s be called? I may be called the nuclear holocaust. The way it's going, the way it seems to be going this year. It may be a nuclear holocaust when it's all said and done. Hopefully, it's not.
It's not looking fun. Yeah.
Hopefully it's not, but it's not looking good right now. God damn, Bernie. Let Bernie, she got put the meat up there because she's.
No, I'm hungry. It's lunchtime here. I don't even know what I'm gonna eat.
We should just make a shirt, Beef and Bernie. For Bernie shirt, straight up. You could probably just make.
Joan is asking for advice. If I get 1 day con pass, is there a specific day I should select? What's your advice, Tony?
It all depends on if you had a 1 day pass and you had to do it on 1 day. I think Friday would be the day, right? That's when everyone would definitely be there. Saturday, some people could leave, right? If some celebrities may leave on Saturday, I don't know if they will, but I would say Friday would be the day. If I had to pick 1 day, I go Friday. Because Thursday, people could just be showing up. Not everyone would be there, but they would definitely be there on Friday and stuff. So I would say pick Friday if I had to pick 1 day. If I only do 1 day, it would be Friday. What about you? What do you say?
Yeah, but also I would check for Friday. That seems like a perfect way to kind of their celebrities when they're there, they're fresh, they're not tired. You know, Sunday would be, if it's their third day, they would be really tired, and even they do get tired. So Friday, everybody would be at their best, I would say. It's just that to make sure that if there's somebody in particular you want to see or a panel you want to attend, to make sure to wait until then when a schedule comes out, look at it then, make a choice based on that. Right now, you're already in 2020, so the discount prices, I think, are already gone. So everybody, I'm not sure exactly, but at some point, the discounted prices go away. So at this point, just check on that, the scheduling. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Bernie. I think you're feisty every day. Someday.
It would be boring if I would not see a feisty comment from Bernie. I'm like, what's wrong with Bernie? Are you okay?
It'd definitely be something wrong. I'd be like, Bernie, you know, it's definitely Bernie ain't beefing about it. She don't beef with me. That's the whole thing. I kick him in the nuts. I kick him in the nuts. I kick him in the nuts. I backhand him in the nuts. I put a hammer to his nuts. Anyway, what is the nuts? Leave the nuts alone. God damn it. What do you think if you had to pick what day you thought the most people, like if you say this person wanted to see the most costumes, the most people in the con, it would either have to be Friday or Saturday, right? It would
be Sunday would be either people are leaving because they have to, you know, get home by Monday. Some people can only get there on a weekend. So I guess they cannot do Friday, but they would fly in either Friday night or a Saturday morning. So a lot of people would be there. I'm thinking Saturday. But it depends what they want. It depends if you want a panel or if you want to meet with friends or if you're interested in a specific whatever they have on their schedule. So it all depends on what your priorities are, I would say.
Yeah. Joan asked, the panels up. No, the panels aren't up. The panels don't get created until like a month before they start going up when the app goes up. So there are no panels yet. If they are, they ain't asked me to be on any. But I don't think the panels are up right now. Right yet. You still got plenty of things going on for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bridgeport says Friday has a unique feel probably since it's day one. It's recommended Saturday though. That's thought most celebrities and stuff coming. So yeah, you know, I would say for Saturday probably, you know, I would have to go with Saturday. It's probably the best day of them all. If you got to pick 1 day to go and see all the costumes, and not only just see the costumes and see some celebrities and stuff, I would go Friday. I would go Saturday.
Yeah.
And that's it. Sue is taking suggestions. Sue ain't get at me. I ain't hit Sue up with no suggestions yet, anything like that. I'll talk to Sue about that later on and stuff and see what's going on with her and everything else and stuff. But yeah, that's what I would say. Jay Cruz says Saints or the Vikings. Who's going to win? It's a very good game. I really have to go with the Saints on this game right now. I can't see the Vikings beating the Saints right now. So I definitely would do that. Oh, let's see. Joan said, I went to panels all 3 days last year. This year, I don't have someone to split hotel with. So that's my price consideration. You know, it's going to be rough out there this year. It's going to be very expensive this year in Florida, without a doubt. Everything in Florida is expensive. Yep. So hotels expensive. This year food's going to be expensive. It's going to be a rough one. It's rough, and it's going to be hot as hell out there. So
yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm already thinking about that. It's going to be different. It's going to be different heat than it was in Nashville. I'm assuming different heat because it's going to be humid as heck. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that you know it's in the hotel that people are staying at, right?
Yes. So at least you're going to save on Uber.
Yeah, you won't have to go to Ubers, and I think that you can just stay in the hotel and stay in the air conditioner and never go outside. You'd be fine. But if you have to go outside and smoke or something like that, then you know you're going to be in for it.
They do have those from the hotel to the actual place. There's a walkway that is not air conditioned, so you won't have to cross any streets when, let's say, you have a couple tall ones. But you will still have to manage from hotel walkway that's on the outside above the ground level and to the thing. But it's a short walk, so. Yeah,
it is. It's not that bad. So everything should be good. All right, Alomar, we're out of here. Thank you for everybody joining the Don Tony Teflon Lady Alomar in this live podcast of recapping things that happened in entertainment news in 2019. As always, Alomar, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
For me. And as always, we will be back doing what we do. And until next time, you know who it is. Peace and stay sexy.